Hello everyone, and welcome back to the TFM's YouTube channel. This is Andy with you. We're going to talk about what's new in TFM 7.0. A few things to note, a couple of bug fixes people have asked to have fixed, and that is in the SimBrief flight plan viewer, you can now use your text navigation keys, like your arrow keys and then selection keys, to navigate those read-only edits. In the 737-900, the extra fuel tanks that you can install through PMDG setup / aircraft / equipment. TFM now recognizes them, and something we will demonstrate in a little while towards the end of this video is another fix, switching between metric and US measurement systems for weights and measurements. And this goes across all aircraft with fuel and weights and temperatures and things like that. So we will show you that towards the end. But now I want to make a note before we get started that as of version 7, TFM version 7, we will no longer be actively creating new features Flight Simulator 2020 because 2024 has a lot more to offer. It's faster, it's more responsive, the accessibility is a lot better, doesn't require as much hardware resources because you're not carrying around almost 500 gigs worth of scenery with you, unless you want to do that, but it's not absolutely necessary, and it is also not needed to download the scenery for TFM to build its airport database. So that is pretty cool. But check 2024 out. You can get it on Game Pass if you want, if you don't want to pay the money to buy it. So yeah, just know that we won't be creating new features for 2024 anymore. So as of this point, support for 2020 is end of life. Now to get into our new features. So our new features at this point are GSX has moved out of priority boarding into stable. So has the SimBrief flight plan creator and the SimBrief flight plan viewer, and also Flight Simulator 2020 support. All of those have moved out of priority boarding into stable release. If you had them turned on before, there's nothing else you need to do. If you have not turned them on yet, then there's nothing you need to do. They will just become automatically available, and you can use them whenever you want. So, new features.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 20.
So we've decided at some point to improve the 737 and 777 FMC, because I don't think anyone can argue about the fact that it's not. The ones that we have now are difficult to use. Hard to read the displays more or less anything else. And the FMC messages are, well, they can be flaky at best. So we had created our own new FMC that has a lot more features. It's a lot more accessible. It's easier to use. A lot more ways to navigate around it because it is a HTML, so it's web content like a web page. Which also means that you can use your braille display or screen reader's navigation keys to get around web content, like next table, and next landmark, and next heading, and you can virtual find for things on the screen if you don't know exactly where they're located, but you know what they are. Then you can do that, and your screen reader / braille display will take you directly to those. We also have a SimBrief uplink, which will set up your flight plan for you into FMC. The only thing it will not do is your SIDS, stars, runways, and transitions. So you'll have to do those yourself. And we also have some enhanced on-demand hotkeys, like remaining fuel, distance to destination, autopilot speed, autopilot altitude, laps, distance to top of descent, and all of that good stuff, which will show a little bit of those in a short little bit here. But let's get started, and
TFM release 36 of 44.
let's start TFM.
Connect in flight monitor window.
There we go. Let's
TFM
pick our
expand
airplane
to
in this case
Expand
for
700
this video.
777 PMDG.
It'll be the 77.
Talk in flight monitor window. Talk in flight monitor window.
Alright,
20,062 pounds. Fuel flow 0 minus 42 feet.
and we can,
CYVR.
yep, see that it's up and running. Alright, so we all know the old FMC, so I don't think there's a need to demonstrate that. So, what
TFM
we will do,
collapse.
in order to get started with the new one, we will go to the TFM menu, Alt key,
FS 2024 scenery database S1 of 8.
we'll go to Tools with O,
Speed settings collapsed S7 of 8.
go to Settings with S.
Expanded. Settings S1 of category 3 view. Startup notifications 1 of 10 level 1.
Alright, so once we are in Settings, we'll go to
Priority boarding 9 of 10 level 1.
Priority Boarding,
Clipboard. Checklist editor. First officer. Advanced FMC. Interactive HTML-based CDU display with accessible navigation, page parsing, and CDU2 background scraping. Required by enhanced hotkeys and SimBrief uplink. Checkbox not checked.
alright, so we will
Checked.
check the advanced advanced FMC box.
SimBrief FMC uplink. Automatically programs the FMC from your SimBrief flight plan. Supports PMDG 737 and 777. Checkbox not checked.
We'll
Check.
check the uplink,
Enhanced hotkeys. Adds FMC data to hotkey readouts. V speeds. Cruise altitude. T/C and T/DETA. Landing fuel. Head/crosswind. And more. Checkbox not checked.
we'll add the enhanced hotkeys,
Say intentions. Save button S. Settings saved.
save. Now, the best thing to do here is to restart TFM. So we will Alt F4 on it,
Microsoft Flight Simulator. TFM release 30.
and we shall start it again.
GSX connect in flight monitor window.
Alright,
TFM
go to the
collapsed.
TFM menu,
Expanded. Connection collapsed. Expanded. Choose aircraft collapsed C2 of 2.
and choose our 77.
737 PMDG P1 of 2. 777 PM. Talk in flight monitor window.
And you heard, if you can hear, when we first started, there was some typing on the FMC, and that is because TFM was navigating to the progress page of the first officer's FMC. So that way it doesn't bother the one that we typically use, the captain side. And so
20,051 pounds. Fuel flow 0.
we can get started. So let's go
TFM select
to
alt plus T1 of 6. TFD 1 of 13.
the main menu, aircraft.
First officer F6 of 13. Fuel F9 of 13. FMC collapsed F13 of
We
13.
will go to FMC.
Expanded. CDU left L1 of 5.
Yep, CDU left.
Left FMC menu window. Left FMC menu window. Menu. Document. Heading level 1 menu.
Alright, so here is the web version.
Heading level 1 menu.
The title is a heading. Each section is a landmark, so you can press your next landmark and previous landmark hotkeys. Default in NVDA for laptop mode is D as in Delta.
FMC CDU display region table with 6 rows and 2 columns. Row 1 column 1 line 1. Left FMC. Scratchpad region scratchpad.
There's a scratch pad.
CDU status indicators region exec light. Off.
There is the indicators bar.
CDU page navigation landmark FMC pages grouping in address button alt plus I.
And there is the navigation and control bar.
No next landmark.
So we can do control
grouping
home
heading level
to go to the top.
Heading level 1 menu.
Right.
FMC CDU display region table.
You can also use next table,
FMC CDU display region table with 6 rows and 2 columns. Row 1 column 1 line 1. Out of table.
or you can use next
FMC
landmark.
CDU display region table with 6 rows and 2 columns. Row 1 column 1 line 1. Left FMC.
Alright, so the display for the FMC is split up into 12 different sections. You have 6 on the left and 6 on the right. So it is technically a 2-column table with 6 rows. Your row 6 is always your navigation keys to go backwards or frontwards or to navigate into a different section. And you'll see that a lot when you start using the FMC if you have not already. So the left side, column 1 here is the left side, and it goes by rows. Right, so 1 left, 2 left, 3 left, so on. Second column,
1 right FS.
that's the same thing. It's the right side, so it goes 1 right, 2 right, 3 right, and so on.
Column
And
1.
so the idea is if you need to access something or input something, you can use these quote line select quote keys to put in information or make choices. That is a different topic at this point, but to give you a basic overview for those who might not be familiar. Alright, so back to our new FMC. Alright, so
Row 2 line, row 1 line.
we can use table reading commands in your braille display / screen reader. Most screen readers, it's holding down Control Alt and using the arrow keys. So
Edge of table.
I'm in column 1, so I'm going to Control Alt down arrow.
Row 2 line 2 left empty. Row 3 line 3 left SAT. Row 4 line 4 left empty. Row 5 line 5 left empty. Row 6 line 6 left empty. Edge of table. Line 6 left empty.
Alright. And then we can go to the top of the
edge
table.
of table. Line 1 left FMC. Column 2
Go down
line
the
1,
right side.
FSCTL. Set to off. Other option. On.
Alright, so that's something that we need to focus on in a short little bit.
Line 1 right FSCTL. Set to off. Other option. On.
Not the FS, but the set to off other option on factor. I'll explain that in a few minutes.
Row 2 line 2
Right.
empty. Row 3 line 3 right DSPCTL. Row 4 line 4 right empty. Row 5 line 5 right PMDG setup. Row 6 line 6 right FS actions. Edge of table. Line 6 right FS actions.
Alright, so we pretty much know the layout of the FMC, and those of you who don't, or who might be new, it should be much easier to understand documentation or other people those descriptions where people on YouTube who say, well, press one right or left right or whatever to do something on this page, you can go straight to your FMC here and know what one right or one left they're talking about even is to begin with. So let's go
Line
to
6, right, FS actions.
the next segment,
Scratchpad region, scratchpad.
Scratchpad. This has totally been rewritten.
Scratchpad empty.
Okay, so it's empty, that's
Enter
good.
scratchpad text. Press enter to send edit.
And there is the
Out of region C, out of region, scratchpad region, enter scratchpad text.
Scratchpad
Press enter
entry
to send
field.
edit. Out of region CDU status indicators, region exec light, off.
And below it, we have an indicators bar that has all of the FMC
MSG light, off.
indicators.
ESPY light, off. Fail light, off. OFST light, off. Out of region CDU page, out of grouping C.
Now, the Scratchpad, the indicators bar,
Out of
and
region CDU page, navigation, landmark, FMC pages, grouping button,
The-
plus I edit ref.
navigation and control bar, those are all FMC dependent. So we're in FMC 1 or the
Out
captain
of grouping
side.
CD.
So
Fail
all of
DSPY
these
light.
indicators
Fail
and
out of-
controls and the Scratchpad and the display
grouping heading
is
left.
all captain stuff. So it's the same thing as the first officer stuff, but you're not using first officer's FMC. We're getting information from it on the captain side. Alright, so let's go to
FS actions.
FS actions
Fuel.
and go to fuel so I can show you
Scratchpad
something.
region, enter scratchpad text.
You can press your next edit field to jump to the Scratchpad or Alt S,
Scratchpad region.
whichever. Type into it. Let's go.
X.
Let's put in some junk.
CDU 1 ready.
Load it into one right, or one left, I meant.
CDU number 1 message light on. FMC. Invalid entry.
Alright, so in the old FMC it would have said XXXX invalid entry. This says FMC invalid entry. So that's good. We have been able to clean that up.
Scratchpad cleared. CDU number 1 message light off.
Alright. And now we can type in
1 2 0 0 0 0
our intended amount.
120,000. CDU 1 ready. Total LPS 119,999.
And that's another feature of this new FMC and TFM is when you change something in one of these table cells, TFM will repeat your new option to you. In this particular case, it had told me my new loaded fuel amount by reading one left where I had put it. And this will work on really well later when we get into simulator options and things like that. For now,
CDU status indicators region exec light off. Scratchpad region enter scratchpad text. Press enter to send edit. CDU status CDU page out of grouping button collapsed FMC messages 1.
here we go. Right between the indicators bar and
CDU page navigation out of grouping
the
button, collapsed
navigation
FMC
bar.
messages 1.
If you've had previous messages, you'll see this button.
Button collapsed FMC messages 1.
Recent FMC messages.
Expanded.
It says 1 will expand
Recent
it.
FMC messages list with 1 item bullet invalid entry.
And there's a list there that says invalid
Out of
entry.
list CDU page navigation out of list button expanded FMC messages collapsed.
Collapse it. It'll always be there, even if you close the
Microsoft
FMC.
Flight Simulator 2024-1.7.10.0.
Oh, oops. Ha! We just closed TFM.
Land.
I'm so used to having,
TFM release 36 of 44.
I'm used to having the FMC
PSX
popped
connecting
out.
flight monitor window.
So let's go back in here.
Choose aircraft expect 777. Talking flight monitor window.
Right, it'll navigate to the progress page again. Alright, now let's see. I'm going to do right bracket or TFM key,
Left FMC fuel window. Fuel.
Control F,
Fuel.
because I'm used to having this out away from the TFM main window. And
No next frame. FMC CD
Whoops.
scratchpad region scratchpad. Enter scratchpad text. CDU page navigation landmark FMC pages grouping init ref button alt plus I. Out of grouping CDU status indicators region OFST light. Off.
alright, and it went away, of course, because we had to shut down TFM by accident. But you get the idea. In between the indicators bar and the navigation / control bar, if you've had recent messages, there will be that collapsible button where you can open and close it to see what previous messages you had. Good if you have missed something and need to review it again. Alright, so let's go to
menu.
main menu. And let's
PMDG setup. PMDG
go
setup.
to PMDG setup.
Options.
Let's go to options.
Simulation 1/8.
Simulation options. Alright, so when I had explained that there is a 2-column and 6-row table that represents the FMC display, that is not always true. So be careful if you are going around and some rows have 3 columns and some rows have 2 columns. And so it's a non-uniform table. That's to be expected. One of those will be on the takeoff page when you get your center of gravity and your trim by doing 3 left twice after you fill it out, and it turns that row into 3 columns. So given that, we have
heading level 1 simulation.
Sim options, so we can table, and because the display is not always 2 columns by 6 rows, it'll always be by 6 rows, but not always by 2 columns. And options, sim options, and equipment are the same way. They have 6 rows, but the difference being they only have 1 column, which is the left side. So when you're going to choose options here, you're going to use the left line select keys. By default, it's Control 1 through 6. And if you have the alternate chosen, then it is F1 through F6. I have the alternate, so I will be using F1 through F6.
Line 1.
Alright, so we are on line 1. Remember, it's a full row. Read current line.
1. Correct lock CRS to MSFS. Set to on. Other option. Off.
Alright, so it said set to on, other option, off. Before, on the line below this option name, you would have X on / off. Now it says set to on, other option, off. And
row 2 line 2.
down arrow.
Engagement. Set to off. Other option. On.
Set to off, other option, on. Now let's use this. It's a non-destructive
Line 2.
setting at this point.
Line 2. Realistic AP.
So it's line 2, realistic AP engagement. So I'm going to press 2 left.
Realistic AP engagement. On.
And so TFM tells you the setting you have selected.
Realistic AP engagement. Off. Realistic AP engagement. On.
That way you know what setting you are
Realistic AP engagement. Off.
actually choosing.
Row 3 line 3. Show thrust lever pose. Yes.
And same thing with this
Row
one.
3 line 3. Show thrust lever pose. Yes.
This type of setting, when you have a single value, because it is a rotating or a cycled
Row
field.
3 line 3. Show thrust lever pose. Yes. Show thrust lever pose. When moving. Show thrust lever pose. No. Show thrust lever pose. Yes.
And so it tells you all the values as you change
Row
it.
4 line 4. Show FDW trim ref speed. Set to no. Other option. Yes. Row 5 line 5. High idle on flare. Set to off. Other option. On. Out of table with 1 row and 2 columns. Row 1 column 1 line 6. Left. Return. Column 2 line 6. Right. IRS options.
And so you get the idea with this, and some options, and equipment. With these 1 column rows, it is always going to be the left side. So 1 left through 6 left. And on occasion, you may have a 6 right. So, alright. So we are back at the main FMC menu.
Talk in flight monitor window.
We can close that. So the next thing to do when you have your airplane sitting here with ground power and an empty
TFM collapsed Alt plus T1
FMC is to actually set it up with your flight plan. But
PFD1.
who wants to type, right? So
PFD.
we have SimBrief uplink.
Officer F6 of 13. Fuel F9 of 13.
So we will go to aircraft and then FMC.
Center main edit red only 0. Center main edit red only. View close.
Oops.
TFM collapsed. PF
Right.
First fuel F9 of 13. FMC collapsed F13 of 13.
Again, I'm used to the 37.
Expanded. CDU left L1 of 5.
Alright, here we go. We'll go to aircraft, go to FMC,
Performance
and
summary P5 of 5.
we
SimBrief
will
uplink S4 of 5.
arrow to SimBrief
Talk in flight
uplink.
successfully loaded flight plan dialog. OK button.
And you should get successfully loaded flight
No previews.
plan.
Loaded SimBrief flight plan. CYVR EDDF.
I'll
Press
press
talk in flight
OK.
monitor window.
And let's see what's in this window here. If I hit
Flight plan
tab,
summary grouping. Route edit red only CYVR right arrow EDDF.
so we have a flight plan summary. It gives you the basics, so you know what kind of flight, if you have the right flight
Aircraft
plan.
edit red only B77W. Kelson edit red only UL111. Cruise altitude edit red only FL330. Uplink options grouping. Uplink fuel and payload checkbox checked.
Alright, uplink options. These are checked boxes. If you check the box, uplink will do them for you. If you uncheck the box, you will be responsible for doing them yourself.
Uplink options.
For this,
Uplink
I have
options
all of them
Uplink fuel and
checked.
payload checkbox checked. Uplink position in a checkbox checked. Uplink route checkbox checked. Uplink thrust limit checkbox checked. Uplink takeoff reference checkbox checked. Uplink performance in a checkbox checked. Uplink weather and wind data checkbox checked. Status. Uplink progress edit read only blank.
There's the progress
Blank.
read-only edit,
Blank.
which is empty right now.
Start SimBrief uplink to FMC button.
And there is a Start SimBrief uplink button. Let's press it, and this will take a few minutes to finish, but let's sit back and listen to it do its uplink.
Phase 1. Fuel and payload. FS actions. Unavailable. Talk in flight monitor window. Fuel and payload completed. Phase 2. Pose in it. Turning on the DIRU switch. Waiting for IRS alignment. IRS ready. Pose in it completed. Phase 3. Route. Downloading route file from SimBrief. Loading company route. Waiting for route to load. Route loaded via file browser successfully. Route completed. Phase 4. Thrust limb. Thrust limb completed. Phase 5. Perf init. Perf init completed. Phase 6. Takeoff ref. Takeoff rep completed. Phase 7. Weather/wind uplink. Line data loaded. Requesting descent forecast. Descent forecast loaded. Weather/wind completed. Uplink complete. 20/20 entry succeeded.
Alright, so it says uplink complete, 20 out of 20 items completed successfully. And so now we are left on the Start SimBrief uplink button.
Start SimBrief uplink to FMC button.
So right there.
Uplink progress edit read only. Phase 1. Fuel.
So now if we shift tab to the progress field,
Phase 1.
we can actually
Fuel
read
payload. Phase 1. Fuel and payload. FS actions. Fuel and payload completed.
everything it did.
Phase 2. Pose init. Turning on the DIRU switch. Waiting for IRS alignment. IRS ready. Pose init completed. Phase 3. Root. Downloading root file from SimBrief. Loading company root. Waiting for root to load. Root loaded via file browser successfully. Root completed. Phase 4. Thrust LIN.
And you can
671 character.
select it, copy it, and paste it somewhere.
Dash
You
dash
can navigate it by character and all that good stuff. So in the event that you stepped away or you missed something because you were doing something else and you interrupted the messages, it will always be here in the end.
View closed. Talking
So we can close that. Now that we have an actual flight plan loaded into our FMC,
Left
we
FMC
can
descent forecast window. Descent forecast.
actually verify that it has been loaded.
Act
Let's
RTE
go
1
to the route
Act
page.
level
Yep, it said route 1 through 6.
1/6. FMC CDU.
So we can go to next table.
Edge of table. Line 1, left, origin. Column 2, line 1, right, test. EDDF. Column 1, line 1, left, origin. CYVR. Row 2, line 2, left, runway, editable. Row 3, line 3, left, route, request. Row 4, line 4, left, route, report. Row 5, line 5, left, route, save. Row 6, line 6, left, RTE 2.
All those
Edge of
route
table.
options,
Line 6, left, RTE 2.
request, save.
Column 2, line, row 5, line 5, right, ALTN. Row 4, line 4, right, RTE copy. Row 3, line 3,
Copy.
Row route, editable. Row 6, line 6, right.
Alright, so the way that we can tell if this actually loaded the way that we expected it to load
Edge of table.
is
Line
down
6,
here
right,
in
takeoff.
6 right. It's supposed to have activate and it says takeoff.
Edge
So
of table.
we know for a fact that our route is successfully loaded. Now,
Act RTE 1 legs 1/7. Act out of table.
Yep. legs 1 through 7, let me show you the legs page.
FMCCD.
If you're at the top by the title, you can hit T for next table.
Edge of table. Line 1.
Now this is split up into 2 columns. Left side is the heading in degrees and the waypoint name, and the right side is distance, speed, and altitude. So
Edge of table.
let's
Line 1. Left. Active. 030 degrees. Vidri.
right. There's the waypoint name and heading,
Column 2, line 1. Right. 90 NM: 250/FL 284.
and there is the speed and restrictions.
Column 1,
Now,
line 1. Left. Active. 0.
nice thing that this new FMC does is on these legs pages, it will actually tell you this is the active waypoint, like you just heard.
Line 1. Left. Active. 030 degrees. Vidri.
That is the active waypoint. So active waypoint basically means this is the one you're currently headed to. There are hold points and fixed points and all that stuff. We won't demonstrate here. That you can use your regular table navigation keys with in order to access. And that should be fine. So if you want to go through, look at your waypoint names and where you're headed, just
Row 2, line 2. Left. 046 degrees. Wason. Row 3, line 3. Left.
table nav
054
down the
degrees,
left side,
53 and 10. Row 4, line 4. Left. 064 degrees. Kenru.
and if you want to know
FMCCD.
an overview of your distances and speed slash
Column 2, line 1,
altitudes.
right, 90 nm colon 250 slash FL 284.
Then go down the
Row
right
2, line
side.
2, right, 181 nm colon 267 slash FL 330. Row 3, line 3, right, 278 nm colon 264 slash FL 330. Row 4, line 4, right, 323 nm colon 200.
Alright, so since we have a full route, and we're in here, I want to also show you some special things that we had put into TFM that is really cool. Help new users get involved and also to make things convenient for everybody. We will start with Alt-W,
Settings panel opened. CDU.
which is the new settings panel for FMC settings.
Heading level 2 CDU settings. Grouping appearance.
Alright, so we have appearance settings. This is
Color
new.
scheme. Combo box collapsed default. Light.
We have
Appearance grouping.
themes.
Color scheme. Combo box default. Light. Collapsed. Dark. Color scheme. Dark.
We have light theme, dark theme,
PMDG CDU. Color scheme.
PMDG, FMC theme,
Classic CRT. Color scheme.
classic CRT monochrome monitor,
Blue. Color scheme.
blue,
High contrast. Color scheme. High contrast.
and a high contrast for people who might need one of those. Alright,
Default. Light. Color scheme. Default.
let's go
light.
back to default.
Layout density. Combo box collapsed standard.
The layout density is basically your layout mode. We have extended, standard, and compact.
Font size.
The font
Combo box
size,
collapsed large.
we can
16
change
px.
the font size of the FMC. Right now it's set to large.
Out of grouping announcements.
Alright, automatic announcements.
Checkbox checked announce when the CDU is ready.
This is for CDU 1. So, just this FMC, not all of them.
Checkbox not checked announce scratch the text after entry. Checkbox checked announce next waypoint automatically. Out of grouping indicator light announcements.
Alright,
Grouping checkbox checked
this
announce
is a
next waypoint
colon.
automatically.
Next, automatically announce the next waypoint.
Out of grouping indicator light announcements.
Indicator
Checkbox
lights,
check zigzag.
these are familiar for everyone
Checkbox check
using
MSC.
TFM.
Checkbox check DSPY. Checkbox check fail. Checkbox check OFST. Checkbox not check brightness. Out of grouping performance announcements.
Alright,
Checkbox check takeoff
performance.
flaps. Checkbox check V1. Checkbox check VR. Checkbox check V2. Checkbox check landing flaps. Checkbox check landing ref. Checkbox check cruise altitude. Checkbox check landing altitude. Checkbox check transition altitude. Checkbox check transition level. Checkbox check per minute complete. Checkbox not check thrust reduction altitude. Checkbox checked acceleration altitude. Checkbox check DO acceleration altitude. Checkbox check thrust limit mode. Out of grouping input.
Input.
Key layout. Combo box collapsed alternate F1 F12.
Alright, so this is where you change your line select key modes. Like it said, I'm using alternate F1 through F12. You also have the default.
Control slash alt plus 1-6. Default line select keys active. D. Alternate F1 F12. Alternate line select keys active. A.
We will use alternate. But it's your option. I find alternate easier to remember.
Input delay MS. Spin button editable 250.
Input delay, that tells TFM how much time to wait between typing characters. I have it set to really fast.
Out of grouping message history. History count. Combo box collapsed 3.
Alright, you can ask, you can tell this FMC how many messages to keep.
Message 4. 5.
We have up to 5.
3.
I do 3.
Combo box collapsed 3. Combo box collapsed 3.
And to close it,
Settings panel closed.
just press escape and it will close. And it will automatically save your settings. No reason to press the save button. The other feature I want to show is Alt K is in kilo.
Help panel open. CDU help reach.
It's a help
Heading
panel.
level 2 CDU help. Heading level 3 root legs.
And it is context sensitive. So if you press Alt K while you're on the route page, it will describe the route page and how to do things. If you're on the takeoff page, same thing.
The legs page, titled RTE legs, displays the active flight plan as a sequential waypoint list. Each row represents one waypoint with its associated data. The number of pages depends on the route. Length, use Alt plus up slash down to scroll through all waypoints. Heading level 4 page actions. List with 4 items. Alt plus G open Lex page. Alt plus up slash down scroll through waypoint pages. Alt plus X delete key, then press LSK to delete a waypoint. Alt plus E execute route changes. Out of list heading level 4 tips. List with 9 items. Each row shows a waypoint on the left side with course, distance, and altitude slash speed constraints on the right. Green or magenta waypoints indicate the active leg, the leg you are currently flying. Route discontinuities appear as route discontinuity. These break the route and must be resolved by deleting the discontinuity or inserting a connecting waypoint. To insert a waypoint, type the waypoint name in the scratchpad, press enter, then press the left LSK for the row where you want to insert it. To delete a waypoint, press the delete button, Alt plus X, then press the left LSK next to the waypoint you want to remove. Altitude and speed constraints are shown on the right side. Enter new constraints via the scratchpad and right LSK. Dash framed labels like bold and indicate special waypoint types such as bolding patterns. The page indicator E.G.1/5 shows which page you are on. Use Alt plus up slash down to scroll through the entire route. After making changes, press exec, Alt plus E when the exec light is available to activate the modified route. Out of list button collapse global keyboard shortcuts.
Alright, so there's a good description on the legs page and how to do certain things.
Expanded.
And if we expand global
Page
hotkeys,
navigation. Alt plus I init ref page. Alt plus T route page. Alt plus G legs page. Alt plus A dep slash R page. Alt plus H fold page. Alt plus P prog page. Alt plus F fix info page. Alt plus U menu page. Alt plus V nav page. Alt plus O radios page. Alt plus NATN page. Alt plus MFMC com page. Actions. Alt plus E execute. Exec. Alt plus C clear scratchpad. Alt plus X delete. Alt plus R refresh display. Alt plus up previous page. Alt plus down next page. Alt plus S focus scratchpad. Alt plus home focus CDU table. Alt plus J advanced tutorial step. Line select keys. Alt plus J advanced tutorial step. Line select keys. Control plus 1-6 left LSK 1-6 default mode. Alt plus 1-6 right LSK 1-6 default mode. F1 F6 left LSK 1-6 alternate mode. F7 F12 right LSK 1-6 alternate mode. Control plus L toggle LSK mode. Panels. Alt plus W toggle settings panel. Alt plus K toggle help panel. Escape close open panel or tutorial. Button collapse guided tutorials.
alright, so that gives you a good idea on what global hotkeys are available for this
Escape button
page.
collapse guided tutorials.
And it has guided tutorials. We
Expanded.
won't go through all of these, but I'll let you see a few of the titles
List with 7
to give you an idea.
items button. Learn the basic layout and components of the CDU display. Seat button. Master the keyboard shortcuts for efficient CDU operation. Keyboard navigation. Button set the aircraft's initial position and align the 777's ADIRU Air Data Inertial Reference Unit for navigation. Position in and ADIRU alignment. 700 button step-by-step guide to entering a flight plan route into the FMC. Route end button navigate and edit your flight plan waypoint list on the legs page. Legs page navigation. Button select SIDS, STARS, runways, and transitions for your flight plan. Departure/arrival selection. Button configure weights, cost index, cruise altitude, reserves, and transition altitudes. Button configure takeoff and climb thrust limits, dew rate, and assumed temperature. Button set takeoff flaps, review V speeds, and configure thrust/acceleration altitudes on the 777. Button set landing flaps, review rev, and configure approach speed corrections on the 777. Button navigate the 777's unified nav system with CLB, CRZ, DES, and forecast sub-pages. Nav, climb, cruise, descent. Button monitor your flight progress, timing, and navigation performance. Progress pages. Button configure and activate a holding pattern at a waypoint. Hold pattern setup. Button look up fixed bearing/distance and create reference circles. Fix info page. Button view and tune VOR and ILS navigation radio frequencies. Nav radio frequencies. Button access data link, ACARS, and CPDLC communication functions. FMC communications. Button navigate and configure aircraft settings through the PMDG setup menu system. Settings pages. PMDG setup. Out of list button close help. Button close help.
And we can close help by pressing this button, or we can hit
Help panel closed. CDU
escape.
page navigation landmark CDU controls grouping help button. Button collapsed Alt plus K help.
And it takes us to the actual help button. And so this is pretty much the FMC that we have. So I hope that it will, people will be able to get better use out of it than the old one.
Talk in flight monitor window.
So we can close that. Now the advanced hotkeys, you have to have the new FMC enabled in priority boarding, and all you do is just access your right bracket keys with the flight plan loaded. So for an example, remaining fuel
183,318 pounds. Fuel flow 0. Landing fuel 32.0.
and distance to destination.
Top of climb in 136 nm. ETA 2252Z.
Well, that's distance to
Top of
descent,
climb in
sorry.
136 nm, ETA 2252Z.
And distance to
46 miles to
destination,
destination, ETA 0818Z, landing fuel 32.0.
next waypoint,
Next waypoint Vidri, distance 90, ETA 2247Z.
and there we go. That
Flaps
is,
up, V1 169, VR 171, V2 178.
and that will turn into flaps value, then VREF value. For an example, flaps up VREF 138, which is your landing speed after you have exceeded the requirement for V2 on takeoff. So, I think this is going to be it for now. So, if you liked our channel and our content, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications to all so you get notified whenever we post any new content. So we shall see you again, and thanks for watching.
Desktop 2, OBS 32.0.